What's up, Dice Crew? Keeping it a Benji, and I'm getting back with y'all. Now we got Almighty Suspect, Dijon Paul, and Flacco up there at No Jumper speaking on the state of LA rap. You know, and Almighty Suspect made some wild statements pertaining to some rappers. So I'm going to run that clip so y'all can hear it for yourself. Then I'm going to dive back in on it. Shout out to the Dice Crew.
All right. Do you guys feel like LA rap is going to improve this year? What are your predictions? And let's talk about the relationship that No Jumper has with LA rap.
I don't
Why
know.
is it still
I'll
so?
be real, bro.
Yeah, what's
I don't
up?
know if rap overall is going to improve this year, so I don't know how we can improve if rap overall isn't. You know? The music scene in general across the
Hip-hop in
country
general,
is
okay.
not in the greatest, you know what I'm saying? It's not in the greatest state right now, so I don't know how we can be so much better when the entire music scene is not in the best position right now, you know?
I don't see it like that. I see it like that's an opportunity for the city to step up and maybe show some leadership or some vigor or some, what's the word?
What?
When you initiative.
I think
listen.
our
Initiative.
infrastructure has to change first.
I think it's over with.
People put...
Speak for
right,
look
yeah,
into the
break that
camera and
down.
say it. You say it's over for LA rap?
Listen, and outside of like two niggas, bro, like I don't give a fuck about these niggas. The chat probably listen, let's be real, bro. Again, when it comes to LA rap, bro,
Yeah.
outside of two niggas, bro, I could give a fuck
Which
about the rest of the niggas.
Big Sad New.
Probably Big Sad and Wally the Sensei, right? Or probably like Big Sad and maybe Greedo, but then like they'll be done. Listen, Greedo time or moment is like probably gonna be done in like 2 months, right? So like,
Whoa.
like outside of like two niggas, bro, nobody gives a fuck about like these LA niggas.
I don't know about nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has they loyal fan base, so to
Kalen, for
speak.
real, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, I fuck with Kalen, but do I really like give a fuck about
No.
his music?
No, you don't, suspect.
No. Maybe Blast, but Blast had in his run, but now you know his run is pretty much over with now.
I wouldn't say it's over, but it has been quiet lately because the 683 project wasn't the best. I'll say that.
What about Roddy Rich?
He's
never
no
really-
longer like
He
that.
never
to
made
his
music for LA,
A&R.
to me.
I spoke to his A&R and he said that he had something coming, but who knows when it's gonna drop, bro.
I think the problem with LA sound or the LA music scene, I feel like the sound is outdated and the beat selection is outdated and everyone is still like in that same like old space. And I feel like Roddy Rich was like a fresh, like a new sound. Like, I feel like it should have been more people like gravitating towards what Roddy Rich was doing versus just like
I
the same
disagree.
old.
I strongly disagree.
I strongly disagree with that shit, but that's you coming from a person from the South.
That's not from here.
I'm gonna say Roddy Rich sound isn't from here. So if everybody starts sounding like Roddy Rich, this would just be Atlanta.
Yeah. That'd
Two,
be us just copying niggas.
yeah, that's just copying another nigga from
That's
somewhere else.
cheating.
I
That's
don't like
cheating,
that at
bro.
all. Two, I don't agree with our sound being outdated. Nobody's walking around sounding like, except for a very small niche. Nobody's walking around sounding like Ice Cube. Nobody's walking around rapping on G-Funk beats. No, it's a very, very small niche.
But even
of
the
people
LA
who are
ratchet
doing
shit,
that.
the YG
You know what I'm
Mustard
saying?
sound is outdated now as well.
But I think,
Yeah.
at the same time, now what it's becoming is, I think we gave up on our sound a little too early and we hopped on that Detroit shit too fast.
Real
We
quick,
should have
yeah.
kept, because nigga, our shit, nigga, when it was Ron behind it, Ron, Jug,
Hip Mob.
Hip Mob,
Ace,
you know what I'm
Bruce,
saying? Niggas
yeah.
like that. Nigga, that was new as fuck. It was a reason that we got where we was at so fast because it was so different and it was so new. And I think we should have kept evolving and kept going with that instead of abandoning it and jumping on the Detroit shit. Cause that's what I think happened.
I wish I was doing media around that time. You talking about 2016, 2017, 2018.
We didn't have no infrastructure.
Exactly. I would have definitely been spewing some real business talk and putting it would have been called LA Drill One.
I didn't even get no music on DSPs until I was rapping for like 2 years.
Because you
We
guys
know
didn't
how
have
to do it.
anybody calling you out on it though. Like now, if a LA rapper think he finna go 4 or 5 years without putting out music, he has to hear from me. Like, I'm gonna clown you. If a rapper think he gonna put out some music in the city and it's not mixed or master, or he gonna drop a project and they only got one music video, I'm going to clown you. There's a consequence to fucking up in LA rap now. You're gonna be on my page about it. You get what I'm saying? Versus then you guys, I don't really see the figures that was willing to speak up on where you guys lack and the mishaps you were making, and they was just watching you make mistake after mistake after mistake to the point where that era fell off as well.
Niggas didn't want to help us, and we didn't have any infrastructure. So I think when we was rapping, niggas thought that this was going to be a little wave that was going to pass overnight. It didn't. So nobody wanted to lend hands to help because they didn't think it was going to last or it was going to be as big as it got. And I don't think expectations weren't high.
Okay.
Expectations weren't high for us. So a nigga didn't give a fuck if I made my cover art myself and only dropped it on SoundCloud. One, I didn't know how to put it on iTunes. DistroKid wasn't cracking yet. It was CD Baby, and I didn't know how to use that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I remember CD Baby.
We didn't know. Like, we just didn't know. There was no one helping us. I didn't have no managers. Like, nigga, the first wave, like the second wave was when TK and niggas start coming in and start getting the infrastructure for us. You know, and that was like the One Take, Shoreline. That was after us, you know. Yeah. So before we didn't have no infrastructure like that. I know for sure on my side, we didn't have no help.
All right. With that being said, what are some ways that No Jumper can further enhance or further help?
Listen,
LA rapper, do we just give up on it? Because I know one of your most recent interviews up here was with the Cuzzos. You and Adam interviewed Cuzzos, a female rap group out of LA. Make sure you tap in with them. They have an EP. Who are some LA artists that we do want to interview up here this year? What are some LA movements we do want to get behind up here in No Jumper? Or are we, I know I'm not, but do you guys think about like abandoning LA rap? Or are we still behind them? We still rocking
I'll be trying to look for new LA artists to interview up here all the time.
Okay.
I just don't be trying to bring niggas up here too early. I don't want it to be like it's favoritism, and I want it to actually be like you did something to get here, you know?
Okay.
I think niggas got to work a little bit more before some of the people that I want to bring up. But I definitely always constantly looking for new people to bring up.
Yeah, because you don't want just any old Willie LA rapper just putting
water it down.
Yeah, water it down. You want the real special ones who actually have some potential.
I feel like X4 got potential.
Free X4 though.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not more so for the music, but the dude 4 Extra, I think that's his name.
Yeah, he more personality.
But that's what. But so I feel like that's what a lot of LA shit. That's what LA has come to, where it's like a lot of the like Blueface right now. He like one of the biggest faces of LA.
More personality, but more so music though.
That's the problem.
But that's the thing. It's more so the personality that's selling Blueface to where. You know what I'm saying? So he's still in the run to have another hit song just because his personality's so loud. You see what I'm saying?
So with that being said, you basically saying our advice, well, you're saying that every LA rapper should basically get in the media and start doing interviews and podcasts and stuff and making content.
I feel like
that's more interesting than the music.
The music all sounds the same. So it's like you just got to stick out in LA because it's like a lot of the music sound the same to me. Like for somebody like y'all could play like 10 LA songs. Somebody I might not even know who it gonna sound like the same nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like just diversify like
I ain't gonna lie, the same nigga, if we go right now to Mobile and we go to Atlanta and play 10 niggas,
there's gonna be some similarities.
They're gonna sound just like, it's gonna be 32 niggas who sound like Young Thug. We're gonna be like, which one's Thug and which one's not.
But that's why they ain't make it. But then you got 21 Savage who sound nothing like Young Thug. Then you got Future who got his own sound. And then you got a nigga like Donald Glover who ain't really popping and shit. But like, at least there's different people who got different identities in LA or Atlanta at least, where it's like LA don't really have, it's like everyone's rapping on the same.
We just don't have the magnifying glass on it, that we don't have the difference is there, nigga, is when a nigga sound like you, he come get you and sign him. Here, when a nigga sound like you probably diss him.
You want to beef him.
Honestly, a lot of the thing, well, from somebody outsider that's not really from LA, I think the politics, I think niggas be too scared because like, all right, if I do want to sign this nigga now, I got to inherit they beef.
No, look.
I think that's
the
also
main
a part.
thing is,
but that don't stop niggas out here because niggas still copy. Shit.
Being an LA nigga, my perspective of it is, and because I've seen it time and time again, right? The niggas who be having the keys to the cities are gang members. Let's keep it a buck. The older niggas who be taking niggas to get the nigga YG and them was running shit for a very long time. You damn near had to go through certain channels to make it here. You had to go through certain Crip or Blood channels if you was rapping street. That's just what it was gonna be. Unless you was on some backpack shit, you had to go through these certain channels to get signed. And 9 times out of 10, a nigga would rather sign the little nigga who be shooting people from his hood because he's from his hood rather than you because you're good, you have skill who can out rap him, and nigga don't even care. Lil Wooty Whoop from my hood, and we finna put money behind him because he smash shit. Other than a nigga who actually has the talent and he's good. That's where I think we fuck up at. Who cares if he gang bang hard? Can he rap?
It's 1,000.
Now look, they definitely having a great conversation. You know, that's a great topic. So I'm probably gonna do another video about everything they were speaking about just so we could kind of touch more about the music. However, this video, this reaction ain't really based upon all them music statements and stuff that they was pointing out, right? Now, what caught my attention was what Almighty Suspect said. Almighty Suspect said that a person that got control or that's in any position of power in Los Angeles with this rap stuff would rather sign somebody from their hood because they be shooting at somebody. And you know, he said it what he said. I'm gonna run a clip back for y'all one more time so y'all can hear it for y'allself.
Unless you was on some backpack shit, you had to go through these certain channels to get signed. And 9 times out of 10, a nigga would rather sign the little nigga who be shooting people from his hood because he's from his hood rather than you because you're good, you have skill who can out-rap him, and nigga don't even care. Lil Wooty Woo from my hood, and we finna put money behind him because he smash shit. Other than a nigga who actually has the talent and he's good. That's where I think we
Now, to me, I feel like Almighty Suspect is speaking like a hater for once. You know, he's hating because he's a non-affiliate or he's not from the gang culture. So he feel like he might have been stripped from opportunities just because he didn't choose to be from a gang. But that's something you got to be willing to either win off of or lose off of when this is the culture. This is like the motherland. You know, like, I mean, outside of Chicago, this is the land of the gangs. This is the motherland for the Crips and the Bloods. This is like, what else would people really be like intrigued with outside of that type of culture, you know? And I'm not taking away from people that got their own style, their own flow, their own metaphors, whatever they whole subject matter through their music. You know, I rock with all different types of music. But I feel like, why would Almighty Suspect get on there and implicate somebody? Like, why would you even put that in the air like that? Like, I don't got nothing to say about somebody who didn't shot somebody on a public platform. Like, I just ain't got nothing to say about it. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's public knowledge or something, we just speaking on something that was on camera already. Outside of that, I would never even allude or make a narrative of somebody that's one of these rappers didn't shot somebody. Like, I would have never said nothing like that. You know, I would never even implicate people like that. And also, it's like you sound like a hater and you got to get out of that nutshell mindset. Because at the end of the day, rap is great and people love rap, but people got to know this. Rap is a business. So what a person choose to invest in or who they choose to invest in for what's called good business for them is their prerogative. That's their choice. A person might not like your music. You know, like, you know, he made that whole statement like it's just a gang of people running around here and we don't even know if they talented or not. They just trash, but people side them just because they shoot people for their hood. It's like, that's not what I take out of it. I take it as people choose to put whoever they choose to put in position. Like, if you come from a gang and you grew up in a neighborhood and you've been going through all these trials and tribulations with certain people, I'm sure you're going to have this relationship with certain people. So when certain stuff work out for you in life, why would you not try to like lend that hand back to those type of individuals, right? I mean, you probably sympathize with them. You know, you probably know them, seen them grow up, have, you know, somebody in their family probably looked out for you growing up. Like, it's just a whole different scenario. But it's like, if a person choose to take their money and take their position to help who they choose to help with it, why you got to make an excuse for it? And if you're going to make an excuse for it, why would you chose to go down the path of saying things like that? Like, I just feel like that was totally uncalled for Almighty Suspect to just paint that picture out here like that. You know what I mean? And of course, some people are going to say, nah, he didn't drop no names and this, that, and the third. But it's like, just to even be saying that, you know what I mean? Like, to even put that type of spotlight on all these artists that's coming out of this gang culture that's popping. You know, like, I could start dropping names, but I ain't gonna drop no names. But, you know, it's about 10 of them. It might be more than that. But they all popping, coming out their section, representing what they represent. And they doing good. If that's what people want to hear, that's what they want to hear. If a person wanted to hear Almighty Suspect, that's what they'd be listening to. Obviously, they just not trying to tune in to what you're doing outside of your true fans and audience. But I ain't gonna go on and just stretch the conversation take too long. I hope y'all get where I'm coming from. I'm sure y'all do. Those that share the same, you know, ideology is me and others when it comes from just unnecessary speaking. So shout out to the Dice Crew. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Keep it a Benji for me in the comments. If not, don't jump in. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm out.